Seriousness and children should be left at the door. Very little of what our hosts are about to say is factual, but will be crass. This is Till Death Do Us Nard.
I used to count down the years until I grew up, but now I'm dying in my 20s, feeling like I'm giving up. And now all of my fake ass friends think that they're cool because they're posting fat stacks and they're drinking by the pool. No, no, not me, not a fan of that disease, cause I'm an introvert and I got somewhere else to be. But oh no, not me, not afraid of that disease. I got a six pack and I watch my screen TV. So fuck you, fuck me. Save all the animals living in the same. I'm feeling tired, I'm feeling lame. I'm getting drunk and watching anime.
Welcome back to the was Nerd. It's a lifestyle analysis and pod playcast.
Yes, it's a podcast.
From Naruto Studios.
Naruto Studios.
From Naruto Studios.
It was okay for me to make this podcast.
From Kishimoto's attic. We're broadcasting live.
We've broken into
his
Kishimoto's home and are holding him hostage.
Could that get us arrested?
Maybe, I don't know.
I feel like they'll be able to figure out pretty quickly that he's fine.
Yeah, we're feeding him. Like we're feeding him. We're
Feeding him.
We're putting him outside, but like we're feeding him. Don't worry about it. I'm asking him to I'm asking him to publish my Naruto fanfiction. Which actually, here's the thing: I don't want to speak this into being because I have a really bad feeling this has happened to an author before, and I don't want to wish that upon him. I would feel really bad if something bad happened to Kishimoto. Sorry.
We like to make fun of him, but he has created something that brings us a lot of joy. So good on him. However, back to the fanfiction pitch.
Back to my fanfiction pitch, which I will complete
after
after
mercilessly harassing him.
God. So I think we discussed this last week, and I know what brought us into this topic.
So
this week we are discussing I think the band kids, the bottom of the barrel band kids.
The bottom of the barrel band kids from the Chunin exam arc. So we're switching it up a little bit this week in that we are looking deep into the personalities, the functions, and the livelihoods of 3 Naruto characters. However, they appear so sparingly and have such minor effects on the overall plot that we can really just kind of count them as one character. It is Team Dosu from the Chunin exams.
Chunin exams, more
the
like
Chunin exams.
No,
go ahead. Finish your joke.
I don't have a funny joke.
Careful, don't choke.
I was trying to like come up with a pun for Chunin exams, and I was like, Chunin exams, more like Punin exams, and now I'm sitting here like, that's not funny. That's nothing. That's not a fucking joke. I've had enough of myself. You guys keep me in the little box and make me do jokes, and I've had enough. I've run out of jokes. You've started me.
We're pelting you with circus peanuts.
Perform for us. Circus peanuts and joke
dance,
for us.
Monkey dance.
Dance, monkey dance. Make another Naruto joke.
I think that's all we do here.
Yes. Then I realized I don't make puns. I'm not actually good at puns. I'm good at other things.
The pun person is me.
Okay, well, Alyssa, come up with a pun for us.
Yeah, come up with a pun. Go ahead.
Come up
dance.
with a pun.
Dance,
little man. More like pooping exams.
God damn it, that's good.
Oh my god. All right, so basic facts I think that we should establish about Team Dosu because like I feel many people at home may be struggling in the way that I was struggling 10 minutes before we started recording is I don't actually know who they are. Not like on a personal character basis. I mean, I did not remember what they looked like, so I had to Google it. So of course, we have the team teacher who we are not allowed to talk about because that is just a Orochimaru in a suit. Then we have the guy for who the team is named for, Mr. Fucking what's his name? Dosu Kanuta.
Dosu.
Yeah, Dosu Kanuta. So Mr. Kanuta, you would recognize him because he's the one who's always kind of hunched over. He has half of his face bandaged up, and he has what looks like a fuzzy hoodie with really long sleeves.
Would you call that a hoodie? I don't think I would call that a hoodie. I think that's like a sweater with Snuffleupagus taped on the back.
You know what? You're right. It's more
God
of
damn
a
it, we're circling all back to Muppets. I
Wait,
think Dosu
we
would
can't-
be a Muppet.
That's Dosu? I thought the child Kakashi lookalike was
No, the kid with the sprained arm, that is
Zaku.
Abumi. His name is Abumi. He has Kakashi hair, but it's black. He has the little mutton chop face
Yeah.
guards. And he has like a sprained arm for half the Chunin exams because someone fucks him up.
I remember what happened to him. Hey guys, let's talk about what happened to Mr. Zaku Abumi.
Here's the thing.
He has holes in his arm.
We
What?
shall, but
But
we need to talk about the third member, because I know for a fact she's always forgotten.
oh, sorry,
her name
because
is,
she's a woman in
her name-
Naruto. Yes,
yeah,
of course.
it's because she's a lady in Naruto, and we're not allowed to forget about them. Her name is Kintsuchi. She uses the senbon needles to fight. Shit, are they called senbon needles?
Yes, they are called senbon needles.
Yeah.
You are correct.
She uses the senbon needles to fight, and also in the anime, she has a little bell motif. She will distract the people that she's fighting with sounds of like really garish bells, and they'll be like, "What the fuck is that?" And she'll be like, "It's me, bitch," and then
It's me,
she
bitch.
kills them.
Hey,
so you
I'm
know,
gonna be honest.
good for
She's
her.
the best
She's
one.
doing great.
She's the
Yeah,
most
of
put
course she
together. I
is.
really liked her.
Mm-hmm.
She's the most put together. And I do not entirely remember. She was the one who fought Shikamaru
Yeah, because
in
Shikamaru
the
always has
Chunin
to fight
exams.
women, and Kishimoto
Yeah.
is really bad about writing that.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway.
Anyways, let's talk about how Mr. Zaku Abumi got his little arm messed up.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. Here I'll put this as my fact since we can we can display our facts here. I just want to start this off with I was fucking wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Shino did not dislocate this child's arms. Did it in perhaps one of his grand edge rampages.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. Oh god
yeah.
damn it! I said his name.
It's okay.
First bleep of
It's
the
okay.
episode.
Yeah. Okay. He, you know that part where like this kid like harmed Sakura, and it's like the one good thing you know who did is that because he did that, he like dislocated both of his fucking arms.
Yeah, and I do appreciate that. And I'll say it again, just for clarity's sake, the fact that doesn't use any ninja bullshit to really accomplish this task. I think he just fucking yanks on him and
Yeah, he
dislocates his arms.
shoves him down and like stomps on his back until his arms are dislocated. It's kind of not to be like weird, but like it's kind of sick though.
It's a little bit sick, but also the fellas.
Mm-hmm.
You're taking a test. Don't you have homework to be doing?
Dude, didn't you take the CRCT? This is exactly what it was like.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I remember when I was taking the CRCT and fucking Alexis 2 rows back, got up, planted her foot on my back, and dislocated my elbow.
I mean, I didn't know you failed your CRCT ninja exam.
Why do you think I had to major in history, Sarah? I wasn't going anywhere. I didn't have the grades for it.
I also failed my ninja exam, and I refuse. You can't hoist that character trait upon me, woman. Oh my god, how dare you?
What does me being a psychology major say about me then?
You passed, but only in the Genjutsu section.
Yeah, I'd say I'm like, you're a Genjutsu expert, bro. We're forced to be ninja historians. So that's my fact. But the other thing is like this guy Zaku never gets a break. So, dislocates his arms, and then after that happens, they make him keep fighting for some reason. This doesn't disqualify him. He has like a major sports injury, and he is in a sling, and everybody feels good about putting this kid into another
Yeah,
fight.
they're like, it's fine. He'll be fine. I would like to point out that the first time he appears on screen, he is 14. He's a child, like everyone
my
else in
God.
this fight. And they're like, oh, this baby has a sports injury. You know what? He can probably still compete in mixed martial arts with a little magic sprinkled in. He'll be fine.
It'll
By
be
the way,
fine.
his status, deceased. I wonder if there's a correlation.
I it was hey, you know how he has holes? That's his whole thing. He has like sound holes in his arms or some shit like that. Shino plugs
Wait, was
those
that him
holes with
or the other
insects.
one?
No.
No, no,
Shino
no.
plugs his holes with insects and then blows his right arm off due to the extended
No. That's
pressure.
Dosu. Dosu has holes in his arms.
No. They both do. They both
Oh
do.
my god, they all have holes in their arms.
I'm on the Naruto wiki right now.
Okay, well, I'm also on the Naruto wiki and I can't read, so.
Zaku gets his fucking arm blown off. All these people are dead. All these people are dead.
All these people are dead.
Spoiler
all the
alert.
people are dead. Spoiler alert. We have already spoiled so many things. Who watches this for Naruto anyway?
I feel like if someone got genuinely upset for spoiling the deaths of 3 minor characters from the Chunin exam arc, I'm like, did you think anyone but the Leaf Kids were gonna live? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, Orochimaru is responsible for the deaths of all these people, though.
Yeah.
I will say, he uses them as like sacrifices to summon the Hokage during like
exactly.
that wild
This is not
shit
the
that popped off.
Orochimaru episode, and therefore we do not have to condone Orochimaru's behavior.
Exactly. That was kind of shitty, Orochimaru. Hey.
It was kind of shitty. Actually, kind of not cash money of you, sir.
Super not cash money. Like, I can't even make jokes about that. That was shitty.
Isn't this how the Hokage dies?
Yeah, that's how the shitty third Hokage dies. Yeah, he
that's
fucking
how the
beats
third
it like
Hokage
that.
dies, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, remind me, was that the third Hokage?
Yeah, it was the third. The third, the Ronald Reagan of the Naruto universe,
Yeah,
if I may say so. Because everybody acts like he was so great, but then he is responsible for all of the problems in the Leaf Village. Like, literally all of them. Like, everything that's wrong is because of him. Took down all the social safety nets within the Leaf Village.
He was nice to children and that did
gave
nothing
an orphan
to help
like
them
$1 and said,
when they
"All
were
right, you can
actively
feed
being
yourself. You're an
trained for
independent
war.
young man." That sounds like Ronald Reagan. Don't at me. That is canon. Ronald Reagan would do that.
He left an infant alone in an apartment with like a box of ramen noodles, and that's canon, I think.
I can't stop thinking about that because here's the thing, not to be sappy about Naruto for 2 seconds, but when I was like a child, that was funny to me. And now as like an adult, I'm like, this is a 13-year-old eating spoiled food because he doesn't have anything else and nobody to care for him, and I'm exceedingly stressed out. Just
It's like, yeah.
seems fine to me. I mean, he worked on it. He made Naruto eat vegetables, but like, kind of like, you know, what else are you supposed to do with your little friends? Make them eat vegetables. Gotta eat veggies. Okay. You know what? I have stated my fact, and I have completely broken up our usual cycle. Alyssa, usually you're the one that's supposed to state the first fact. Give me a fact.
Oh. I've literally completely forgotten about all of these guys.
No, that means you have to go through the fucking gauntlet and just post something you think is a fact. Like, what do you think it is?
Yeah.
What do you think about it, bud? Come on. Dance, monkey, dance. This time we poke each other with a comedy poker, and then sorry, that wasn't funny.
Welcome to
We stab each other with a comedy knife until one of
other.
us says something fucking funny. So help me God, it'll happen eventually.
Oh goodness. I'm trying to come up with a joke about the freaking Dosu, how Dosu looks, because he looks like a puppet.
He does.
Okay, so here's the thing. Dosu looks like we have not looked at the the band kid angle nearly enough. Because you look at all these kids and
Oh my
Oh,
god,
absolutely.
running a band camp.
they radiate such like 9th grade band camp energy. Because now here's the thing. I knew a kid. There's always a kid at band camp, right? It's in the deep south. It is mid-July. It is 98 degrees Fahrenheit by like 9 in the morning when we start this shit. And there is a child out there with a hoodie, sleeves too long, still playing the trumpet. Hood, scarf, really radiating some Dosu energy. Now I assume that this child was just kind of cold-natured, but he always wore like full sweatshirt, very long sleeves. And I honestly think that every marching band kind of has one. What a kid.
I know you're absolutely right. We
Yeah.
had a bunch of those kids. I was friends with several of those kids. Yeah, like full hoodie on, 90-degree weather. They smell like a lot of sweat, and it's like not ripened, but it's more like fermented.
It's
You know what I
cultivated.
mean? I think Dosu smells fermented. He looks like he does.
He looks fermented, and I can't help but feel a little bad for him because he's trapped in there with it, because he is got like he's got the
Sorry, fucking grab me. He's fucking
he's
trapped in it.
there with it because he has everything except for one eye and one ear in like covered, encapsulated in his little like hoodie, cowl neck, big furry blanket stapled to his shoulders, like cocoon that he has curated for himself. And I can't help but feel like he gets home and he's like, I should take all this off. And then he's like, I think it would be worse if I did. And then he falls asleep, and that's just how his life is going. And I kind of feel like that's a little sad for him.
You know, that gives another level to stink eye, you could say.
There you go. Now you're making puns.
This fucking stink eye. So we got new names for these kids.
Oh, man.
We've got fucking
gives you
Ant
the stink eye.
Farm. We've got Stink Eye, and we've got
Stink eye.
Ant Farm. We got Stink Eye. We got fucking.
listen,
I don't
okay.
have a mean name for Kin. She's
We
really
got Aunt
She just
Farty. And I know what Kintsuchi's name is. Her name is the barber, because you remember what her big scene was? It was when she grabbed Sakura by the fucking wig and like wouldn't let go, and Sakura had to have her big moment of I'm gonna chop off my hair, and then it landed in a very perfectly cute little styled bob, which is real and happens because I saw it in the movie Tangled, and so of course that's how it always works. And so I think while she didn't cut the hair herself, she was while it definitely seemed threatening in the moment, I think that Miss Kintsuchi definitely gave Sakura that gentle nudge that so many of us need to, just cut our hair. It's just hair, Sakura. It'll be fine.
It's just hair, Sakura. It'll be fine. Okay, so review. We got Barber, Ant Farm, Stink Eye. These are these kids' new names.
We needed okay, what instruments do they play?
Here's the thing. Kintsuchi, I don't want to say she's a flute girl because we already have a Sound Village.
We already have a flute girl.
She's a snare drum girl. You ever know snare drum girls?
I was gonna say she's got percussion energy. One, because she plays the bells. Oh my god, she's like
She plays the triangle. What are you
She
Is
talking
this
plays
about?
just Drumline 2? This is just Drumline 2.
yeah, this is Drumline 2,
This is
Naruto.
Drumline 2, Naruto.
Uh
Yeah, it's
she
percussion.
plays here's the
Percussion.
thing,
Percussion.
yeah, she plays the triangle, but it is mounted onto the front of her snare because she was not willing to not march. She was like, "Put me on the field, coach," and Orochimaru is like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "Put me on the field," and he's like, "Okay, what are you talking about?" She's like, "Marching band, let's go."
Let's go.
So she definitely plays snare drum.
Okay. Dosu has trombone energy to me.
He is a woodwind kid. Once again, the arm thing. The kid's full of holes, which really stresses me out.
He is full of holes. Now a trombone is not a woodwind.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're an actual band kid. I'm not. I helped them. I wasn't actually a band kid. Well, is he brass or woodwind? I feel like he's more of a woodwind person rather than a brass.
See, I played trombone for a year, and I can confirm that's trombone energy.
So here's the thing. The holes in his arm conflict with the narrative of the trombone.
Oh, sorry. I just remembered a guy that played trombone, and you're really fucking right.
However,
I had trumpet in my head.
I think he does have low brass energy in the sense that, like, he's like, this is my team, I'm gonna lead it, but I'm gonna be kind of shitty about it, and I'm not gonna take center stage to the point where, like, it's effective.
Yeah, no,
So,
definitely not effective.
plus also, since Alyssa said trombone, the only thing that I can fucking think of is, him going to throw a punch, his little weird, segmented metal arm, like, sliding out and going,
Hey, I can't stress how much the show would be improved if all the band kids did make like noises like that. Sorry, I said band kids. I was so caught up in the fantasy of Naruto for once satisfying me in their jokes and their humor that I imagined the Sound Village was then changed to the band camp and they were all called band kids.
It's the SoundCloud Village.
It was insane for a minute, bro. Fuck! That's good. The fucking SoundCloud. I gotta go. That's it. That's the funniest joke we can make in the episode. I'm so fucking mad. Dude, you can't drop that thing like 20 minutes in. You fucked us all up. We can't talk that. It's fucking... Oh my god.
But see, I'm at a disadvantage here because unlike you two, I was not a band kid.
Okay, well, Alyssa, I want you to execute a fantasy for me. I want you to decide, and perhaps we are getting a little off topic here, but I feel like our content this week, it can be a little different because, you know, the standard's a little different. We're doing like 3 very minor characters without a lot of jokes. I want you to tell me which is the theater kid village and justify it. I want a 20-page essay on my metaphorical desk in the morning, and by the morning, I mean like immediately, right now. Give it to me.
Isn't it obvious?
No, that's why I want you to tell me.
Sand Village, obviously.
Oh, fuck! You're right. Shit.
Here's the
Have
thing.
you seen Conqueror?
Now, I will say, Sand Village kids, those are the theater kids. However, Leaf Village kids, show choir.
Fuck. I don't know enough about show choir to tell you you're wrong, and I think
They're
you're
essentially,
probably
here's the
absolutely
thing,
fucking
they're theater
right.
kids, but
Listen, you were in choir,
they're
weren't
theater
you?
kids, but they're louder.
Yeah, they're louder. You're just fucking right.
I don't I'm gonna have to disagree with you a little bit on that one, Alina.
Here's the thing.
Give us the
I'll
alternative.
defer to you because I was never in show choir and my brushings in theater were minor and failed. But so you give me your dissertation.
See, as a theater and chorus person, we always had to do a chorus show.
Mhm.
We didn't really have a show choir. We just did a chorus show every year.
Well, then who are
and
the
I would
chorus
argue-
kids?
Here's the thing, they were very similar to the drama kids.
Ah, same crowd.
So I would argue that,
like,
yes, it's
Leaf Village culture is too different from Sand Village culture. And I personally think the theater kids of the Naruto universe, and excuse me if I'm wrong, I was only briefly a theater kid. I think it's the Cloud Village, if I'm being honest here.
Cloud Village is very close.
They're like that, you know, like they're wild in like such a good way.
That could be. They're all hyper talented, like
yeah, like
they're hyper talented, and they're all like pretty cool.
I would almost argue that those are the orchestra kids.
Orchestra and band kids are the same.
Yeah, I was about to say orchestra and band kids are the same. They maybe at your school they were different, but like at my school they were exactly the same because we didn't have enough kids for it to make a difference. Just like how the whole wrestling team was the same as the football team, essentially, minus like 5 people. Yeah, like the recruitment number's just too low, and also the football team and the wrestling team and JRTC were also all the same people. Literally, we had like 140 people in my class. We could not stretch each other thin. We all did everything.
See,
we didn't have a theater to program.
That's your misfortune.
Yeah, it is actually, Alyssa, because my high school didn't have your high school's funding.
Yeah.
Not to like pull the fucking reins around there. Yeah, it was our misfortune. We couldn't afford a theater program, Alyssa. It was actually a problem.
Yeah.
We tried to have a theater club and they just straight up told us, yeah, we can't afford it and we don't care enough. Go join another club. All of our arts clubs actually don't have funding, so join a sport, actually. And unless it's football, we don't give a shit. I talk about high school a lot on this podcast for somebody who actually does not care about high school that much. You gotta let me stop doing this.
It's okay. We're working through trauma.
No, we're not! I'm not using the podcast to work through my trauma!
Now, Sarah, I love and respect you, but I won't allow you to lie to my face like that.
We're changing the subject. We're changing the subject. You're not doing this to me. I can't fucking take it around here. I'm leaving. Let me out of the cage. I'm joining Kishimoto in the attic. Let me out of here. Let me out. Let me out.
Pound on the walls of your prison all you want, little man. There never was any Kishimoto.
You are the fucking Chunin Exam chimpanzee attack that is changing my life right now, and I do not like it. I do not like it. I'm dipping out. I'm muting. You guys make the jokes for a while. I apparently have to unpack my trauma on a Naruto podcast.
I would like to talk about Zaku again, the one who got his little fingies dislocated along with the rest of his arms.
Now he looks like
just his fingies. I was gonna say clarinet too.
He is a clarinet.
Listen, I have his little personality pulled
You're totally
up. It
right.
says, like his teammate Zaku was overconfident about his powers, especially the ones coming from his arms, as noted by and the fact that he went into elaborate detail about his abilities. Yeah. Here's the thing. As a former clarinet player, as a former clarinet section leader, because people who are good at playing the clarinet, there are two types of people who are good at playing the clarinet. There are people
like you and people like my brother.
There are people like me who was I always sounded good, and I knew how to play well enough to not make it obvious when I couldn't. but I didn't really practice that much because I had shit to do and I was 16. And then there are people who are going to go to colleges on scholarships, who I don't think have taken a single breath that was not through their clarinet like it was an inhaler since they were 7 years old.
Straight
Just
out the
straight
womb.
out the womb.
Straight out the womb, honking on that net. That's how you think about it, right?
Straight out the womb, honking
That's
on
what you
that
call your
net.
clarinet, right? You call it a net for short,
Yeah.
right? That's totally a thing.
Straight out the
How
womb.
do you do, fellow band kids?
Straight.
I tried to play clarinet for a little while because I thought that because my mom was trying to push me in to be a band kid too.
Mm-hmm.
And my brother already played it, so it was like, well, I'll give it a try and see if that's the right instrument for me. And I could not get that thing to do anything but honk.
Yeah.
That's what they said about me in high school. I can't get that thing to do anything but honk. I don't have like an instrument experience to share here. I have to make jokes when I can.
See, I was using a piano, but again, I also did not practice.
But no, there's
I need to practice again.
but because of the way that clarinets are, they do a lot of shit. And people who are good at them like to fuck around on them and see what they can do, and then they kind of get this attitude about it, like, just call me Mr. Rhapsody in Blue. It's like, okay, thanks. And
So would you say Zaku fucked around and saw what he
Yeah.
could do and then dislocated both of his arms?
Yeah, because see, what happened, was yeah,
Sorry,
no, it's
I
fine.
keep flapping. You're funny. I'm sorry.
Zaku comes in fresh out the womb, honking on that net, and because Sasuke, as we all know, is ethnically a saxophone player.
Just say ethnically a saxophone
I didn't mean saxophone. I don't know.
Saxophone.
I said saxophone like it was on the main.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna let you finish. Go on.
Sex speak.
You know,
Yeah, they were
that's where you
they
get
were
your
destined to
saxophone.
fight because they were both trying to honk. It sounded like a bunch of angry geese. And because of course everyone knows you need both arms and all of your fingers to literally do anything with a clarinet. The worst possible thing that you could do to this man is to dislocate his arms, because then he can't do
made him lose his clarinet
Yeah.
scholarship.
full ride
Fuck.
to
God,
ride to UGA, and he lost it all.
Man, we've got a lot of censor bleeps in
Yeah.
this episode. I'm so sorry.
That's
Like,
alright.
We made a vow, and now we're like actively breaking it because we're talking about Chunin exam arcs, and you know,
He's in there.
It's alright.
he's there inside my something.
From
ahead
off
and
the Chunin Exams
Nemesis there.
inside.
No, hold on. I just had a realization.
Yes.
Dosu is the Phantom of the Chunin exams.
It's because the
no.
Phantom of the Opera also only had the one stink eye out.
Yeah, they called him Stink Eye in high school, and that's why he ended up like that. No, like Phantom of the Opera got called Stink Eye a lot in high school, and he was just like, "I'll never
That's
be
why
loved.
he's
I'll be ugly forever. I'm going to move into a basement and spend $8 million a year on candles." Oh, me, stinky boy.
That would explain it. Do you think because we've already established the Orochimaru is Phantom of the Opera lore, do you think that Dosu is like, I'm gonna be that? I'm gonna be like him?
Yeah,
No, yeah, definitely.
absolutely.
Seeing as like he did, they did somewhat idolize Orochimaru, I believe. I would just make an
Because
assumption.
okay,
Everybody from the Sound Village does.
imagine, you're a budding SoundCloud rapper. You're 14 years old. And this cool ageless like snake teacher pops up and is like,
Nature?
Sneecher, if you will, pops up
A
and
sneecher,
is
if you
like,
will.
"Hey kids, parents are dumb. Come to my village, and you can like listen to all the Neutral Milk Hotel you want, all hours of the night. There's no bedtime. Also, I'm gonna need some of your blood, but it won't come up. Don't even sweat." I mean, I would have done it. I would have gone along. Do we need a moment to process that one, fellas?
A little bit.
I know you guys are orphans, but parents are dumb. Don't worry about it. You didn't need those. Loved the fantasy for me there. I loved like it was like reading like a word picture, and then I became so overcome with concern about teenage Alina going along with Orochimaru, and like probably he's full of like Nyquil that he is like drinking like a fucking beer, because you know he does that. Like he doesn't try to offer it to children because we're not going down that pipeline, but like you know Orochimaru just drinks fucking Benadryl all the time, right? Like. Sorry, Z-Quill. He does drink both, but like Z-Quill is for the fancy days. It's for recruit day.
He calls it Zinfandel, and you're like, "That's Z-Quil."
That's Z-Quill. He's like, a little sip of my
Potatoes,
Zinfandel.
tomatoes.
No, here's the thing. Tomatoes, Kabuto. All of it is Zinfandel.
It's all Zinfandel to
Oh my
me. Downs a bottle of Z-Quil like it's a 5-hour energy.
Hey, I really need a shirt that actually says it's all Zinfandel to me. Like, not to be like a wine mom, but that's a good one.
Okay, we'll make merch out of that one.
Yeah, make merch out of that. You know, time to capitalize on my
Yeah.
interests.
Everyone's doing it.
Everyone's doing it.
Everyone's doing it, Kabuto.
You know, another thing, everyone's doing it, Kabuto. What are you talking about? You are so silly.
So we are starting to approach our length for the night, fellas. So
oh, it's been such an easy ride.
It's been such an easy ride.
so I
It's
think
been a lot of bad
we need to first of all address the fact that Dosu does get killed by like a 12-year-old boy.
Oh yeah, how old was Dosu supposed to be? I always imagined Dosu was actually an adult.
Dosu was like 14.
Is he not? What the?
Let me check. Yeah.
What kind of fucking 14-year-old looks like that?
Dosu was 14.
What the fuck?
Low brass player, man, it fucks you up. Let's see.
Dude.
Kintsuchi was 14, and Zakuabumi was also. They were all 14. They were all literally sophomores in high school.
I can't actually get sad about this because I
Hey,
can't.
I'm
I can't
not allowed
get
to be sad about
this. I'm
3
a
dead
little
14-year-old
depressed
ninjas.
about these kids. They kind of deserved better. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like they were all, hey, I'm stressed out. Naruto stresses me out. I'm too old to like watch 14-year-olds fight to the death.
And Gara did kill one of them.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, and Gora's like 12.
Would you like me to bring it all around on a more positive note that we can end on without causing ourselves too much pain about minor Naruto characters?
We still have a little bit more time,
Okay.
so we're fine.
I feel like we need to start rounding it out though. So Alina, what do you got?
So, you know, we've looked at these 3 characters. They are not lacking in depth. They they are
we can go places with that.
Though they are, I think, lacking in a certain type of development that I'm glad that we were able to give them here today. if we look at what we've said about them, Dosu playing the something in the low brass section, because of course these are all band children. Kintsuchi playing a snare drum, and
she's a snare girl.
and Zaku playing the clarinet. What do we notice about all these instruments?
I don't know
That's
enough
right.
about band to tell you what's up. Sorry, that's right.
None of them are, the clarinets play the melody, but they don't carry the melody. The snare drum plays the beat, but you need other drums to round it out. The low brass gives you the rich undertone, but you still need the trumpets to bring it out to the top. What I'm saying is that alone, these three shitty little band kids do not make an orchestra, but together they orchestrated something beautiful.
I have to go.
Legitimately, that made my heart warm. Good job. I liked that. I'm not attached to these characters. When I was a kid, I thought they were all kind of mean.
They're kind of mean. I think they try to assassinate
kind of
some
okay
other
with them
children.
What happened when you're raised by Orochimaru?
Yeah, I mean, like, here's the thing. I sat here and tried to figure out like a pleasant child that Orochimaru raised, and I couldn't remember one. So I think I felt, oh my god, how dare I forget Jugo?
Jugo's very
a nice
nice. Little good boy. Jugo's sweet.
And you know what? I think
Jugo's the exception that proves the rule.
Exactly. I think that has made a decision for us. I think next week we need to talk about Team Taka.
Hell yeah. Now, do we want to...
No. We just want to talk about Jugo.
Do we want to dedicate...
Do we just want to talk about
I think we can find enough about each
Jugo.
of Team Taka, minus you-know-who, to create one episode for each of them. Yeah. Especially because they each have their own developed storylines. These three Sound Kids were a little bit different because they were very briefly in the series. But I think that for Team Taka, we can definitely talk about each of them for an episode.
I think you're absolutely right. Okay, I think then next episode is Jugo. Oh my god, I love
Jugo's
Jugo.
Great. I'm so excited.
I'm legitimately excited.
Jugo's lovely.
I love him. He's so sweet. He's lovely.
So, in the meantime, I feel like we're missing a fact from somebody.
Did I not?
I've given a fact.
Did I not give a fact?
I guess.
Did you not give a fact?
Technically, no, but you have done the most talking this episode. So
I think I was building up for my fact to literally be that Zaku played the clarinet, and then you said it, and that's why I was so hyped, because I was like, she knows.
She knows.
So yeah, that can count as my fact. Zaku plays the clarinet.
Here's the thing. I peaked at saying, I peeked at whatever the fuck I said about the clarinet out the womb. What did I say? I blowing on that net, like
honking on that net.
I peeked it fresh out the womb, honking on that net. So I think I'm out of jokes. I'm sorry. That's the funniest I'm gonna be in like 2 weeks.
Hell yeah.
I think clarinet players owe me a lot for saying that. I think it was really brave of me. I think it was really audacious. And I would even say it was a little revolutionary. So, Zaku, if you're listening to this, I did this for you.
We did this for you.
You owe me 25 cents.
You owe me 25 cents.
God, he really does just look like a small, edgy Kakashi.
He does.
He does. Oh my god.
We've done good here today, fellas.
We've done good here today, fellas.
Are we ready to wrap it up?
I think we're ready to wrap it up.
I think we're ready
I gave
to
my
wrap.
little moral. Yeah.
We've decided our next episode. We've recorded for like an hour.
The Sound Kids, as most teams go, weaker apart, stronger together. Band Kids forever. Honk on that net. Thank you so much. This has been Till Death Do Us Snart.
Till Death Do Us Snart is a 103 Ghouls production podcast. It is created and produced by 3 women who are completely off their rocks. Theme song is Drunk Punch Man by Bullmoose. Find it and other songs by Bullmoose on Spotify, iTunes, and Bandcamp. To support the show, consider donating to our Patreon, which can be found in the show notes. If you can't, believe me, we understand. Please consider subscribing to us on YouTube, sharing the link to the show, and above all, talking us up on social media. We really appreciate the support. Oh, and one more thing. Thanks for listening.